Hi, I'm Dan Dayette, and today I want to share a couple of stories with you about email marketing and the kind of impact that this kind of stuff can have. So, the first one is back when I was working at the Internet Marketing Center in 2004. And at the time, my boss, Corey Rudel, was about to get married. And he met his wife at an award ceremony where he was being given the Entrepreneur of the Year award. And so Corey felt really thankful to his entire list and his customer list, really, for receiving this award. And so he decided he was going to throw together this event in Los Angeles and basically give away free tickets to this event as a thank you to his list for, for helping him win the award, which helped him meet his wife. And so it was kind of like the wedding event. Now, anyway, what's really significant about this was not that. I mean, just so you know, back then, I mean, it wasn't super common for somebody to have a large email list and really have a personal relationship with them, with the high open rates and the personality that just kind of flowed into it. And Corey was a natural, what do they call it? A natural gifted speaker type guy who could really just kind of be himself, even in email. And so these emails actually literally said, "Dear Dan, I want to tell you something," and it had a really conversational tone. They were personal. They were based on stories. And in fact, this entire story, this sales letter, and you can check it out on archive.org, literally details how he met his wife and how the list is responsible for it and why he's doing the event and why they should come. But that's not the point. So he sends out this email, and the next morning when I arrive at work, I go to unlock the door, open the door to the office, and there's these cards and letters and flowers and all kinds of stuff everywhere. And, all these chocolates and teddy bears and gifts and the list, everybody who received that email felt like they knew Corey. They felt like they actually knew the guy. It's crazy because all he did was send them emails with their name in the subject line or their name in the, dear so and so, but they really believed it. So, long story short, these people literally loved him so much, loved the free stuff he gave out, loved the emails that he sent, that they actually wanted to give him wedding gifts. Can you believe that? So you could literally build a following strong enough that these people want to give you those kind of things. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you is this guy named Bill Clinton, who at one point was a senator thinking about running for the presidency. And what he started doing, to get that position, he started actually like literally getting to know all these key people, but also Joe Nobodies all over the place. And he would talk to a bartender, for example, and he would ask for. He would say, "What's your name?" "Oh, it's Jim. Jim, how are you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing great." "Jim, tell me a little bit about yourself." "Oh, I've got this, I've got that, and I've got this daughter that's going to college and blah blah blah." And so here's what would happen. So now skip a few months down the road, or maybe it was a year, I don't know. He starts calling up these people and he say, "Bill, how's it going? How's the bartending thing doing for you? Hey, how's your daughter? Is she? How's legal skill going for you? Is she still going to Carnegie? Well, that's awesome." Um, and so literally 5,000 names. He talks about his Rolodex of 5,000 names that he said, "Well, guess what? I'm running for president." And so what was really interesting was he remembered one or two key things about those people, and then he wrote those down. And then when he contacted them, he'd say, "Hey, is this more about you and this more about you?" Because, we can slice and dice all kinds of stuff about psychology, but we all know that we like hearing about ourselves. We like talking about ourselves. We like, that's one of the natures of human nature. So, anyway, point is that you can do that with email. But today, that's even more powerful than it used to be. In fact, back in the day, you would have to manually collect this from people. If you wanted to, what we call mail merge certain facts and figures, like a person's address, their name, their last name, into an email, you'd have to ask them for it. So, I mean, how much more impersonal is it to say, "Oh, can you give me all your info? Oh, let me regurgitate that back." But today, with the technology that exists with Rapleaf.com and Attentive.ly, you can get that data from the cloud and import it into your list and then mail and say, hey, Bill, a lot of people in their 50s, just like you, are experiencing fill in the blank. And literally mail only the people on your list that are 50. Insane. So there's all these different ways that today you can leverage email marketing where you just couldn't do that on social. You couldn't do that on pay-per-click. You couldn't do that on SEO. You couldn't do that anywhere else, right? Like in email, you can store things like whether they're on Facebook or on LinkedIn. You can store which products they purchased, which subject lines they've opened, and you can do a search and see which subject lines that contain certain words got opened more often, and then segment those groups. And so you can imagine if you had a list of 50,000, 100,000 people, and you could start slicing them into groups and then sending a letter directly to them, you could get those cards and letters flying towards you too. So the first thing I want to tell you is that I'm going to be putting an event together where I'm going to teach you how to figure out who your ideal customer is so that you can write copy that excites them, that motivates them, that gets to their hopes, dreams, and desires. So that's one thing. Now, when we do that research, whether you have an existing list and you want to figure out who those people are so you can write more personally to them and get better results, or plan B, you don't have a list. You have no idea who your people are going to be or what you want to sell, or you have something that you're selling but you just don't have an email list yet. That's fine, because this is going to help you show you where those people are and what kind of opt-in offer those people would like. So please join me. I'd really love to have you there. The more the merrier, and I look forward to seeing you there.